was sharing my AI songs. You guys know there's that song King
Sedilaka.
Hi, okay.
This song is a bit controversial. You know, Faku is fighting a fifth season over allegations that they're claiming exclusive rights.
You gotta wish because Emtee was soft
Launch.
launcher. Girlfriend yakhe. Listen, her name is You're overly excited.
I'm happy to be here.
I did not even expect that. I'm like, and then.
Hey guys, welcome to Ashlebi on the LMG network. I'm Khanyisa.
And I am Nombulelo. I thought you were going to add in the tagline. I'm excited when she in a tagline. Sunrise, guys, and welcome to our fourth episode.
Yay!
We celebrate every single milestone, and
Yes.
Khanyisa is clearly very excited. Even though, look, we didn't win the World Cup, but
Take your wins where you can get them, friends.
Exactly, and that's why we're dripped out in like South African merch because we love our boys. We're standing for our boys, and
they
we're
made
really proud of them.
history.
They really did.
They made history.
Even though the guys lava was big to differ, but funny. But to us, a win is a win.
For us, a win is a win.
A win is
I mean,
a
in
win.
16 years, we got to, is it the knockout stages?
Hey, friend, I was busy trying to figure out how long it was because the last World Cup we were involved in, it was an automatic.
Something like that. 16, 20 years.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're
so
proud, guys.
funny.
Oh. Hi. Anyway, but yeah, in today's episode, it's going to be jam-packed with all sorts of info. Of course, entertainment and pop culture. A lot has happened since the last time we filmed.
Yes.
I know people are going to court cases now. People arrested upon landing in South Africa. Hey, good guys. And of course, dropping some new shows that both myself and Khanyisa have also started watching. So we're going to give you guys just some, insider info regarding that. Exactly. But apart from the World Cup, apart from everything else, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. It's a new week.
Yeah, definitely a new week.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just tired. A lot has been happening. Guys, a lot is happening, but we're here, we're alive, and grateful for what we do.
Yeah.
And as I said, I think there's just a lot that's been happening. Hey guys, this country is busy. Like, go busy. No matter what
my friend, you know that.
You know what? But anyway, we're gonna start off with Ezishisayo, which is our hot topic segment where we discuss everything that is happening within the entertainment and pop culture space. So I'm gonna start off with you.
Sure.
And I'll ask you, Guti, what has been happening on your radar? And ubani otrendayo wenzeni? Yeah.
So Pete Viljoen,
Yeah.
Mel Viljoen, is back in the country, and upon his arrival, he was arrested at immigration. He was arrested for crimes that they committed with his wife in South Africa.
Wasn't that it was with him first? Because I saw an article about a case from 2010. So she wasn't involved
in that. Yes, hence she's not arrested at the moment. She's the Tammy Taylor stuff. Yeah. And then he was selling people properties. These properties belonged to the Johannesburg municipality. Yeah. So he'd sell these properties to people, and so he's arrested for fraud and other charges along those lines, and he was appearing at the Pretoria Specialized Crimes Court. Yeah.
Barely, guys.
Every day.
Okay. So we'll see obviously developments regarding that. And then the next one is also a very controversial topic is Credo v Daniels, right?
Yes.
Credo v was sharing my AI songs. You guys know there's that song King Sedilaka. Hi, okay. Had a whole album launch, and upon the album launch, the performance was not great. Okay. Siam Jaja, I personally am judging.
He missed the note.
he missed the entire thing. You can't say he missed the note. Like for
it
me,
happens.
Here's my chat, right? Even with the whole AI thing, is that my issue is that use it to enhance your song. Don't now literally take word for word instructed ukuthi it created the whole thing, because now he then basically bit off, I think, ingoma kaShwine, ingoma kaShwine in terms of the lyrics. Then there was also the sample from Hozier as well. And now I'm like, what is actually original about what you did? Because you basically took two songs and merged them together with whatever platform that you used, and this is what it gave you.
And I think this is also showing us why it's so difficult to break into music, because breaking into builds Leo's stage presence, it builds your voice, it builds. But he didn't get to build. He just woke up one day and said, prompt.
Yeah, no. And it is very, very concerning, I must say. Yeah. So when I say what happens next, I mean, personally,
AI songs, AI poster, AI. That is never AI must have.
Sana, like, and I think my biggest concern with it is that also recently there was a website that also leaked, looking at artists
at which artists are being prompted.
And there were so many South African artists. Well, one of them being Ukabza's material has also been used, in all of these prompts. So now these are obviously vocals from artists from South Africa whose voices are now being used to create other songs, which I don't think it's fair, because guys, this is people's hard work.
It will never be fair. So you can't see Kabza struggling there in his studio, Alex, and now you want to take that success and make it yours.
Yeah,
that's not fair.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens next. Yeah. And hopefully something happens to kind of regulate, because
South Africa.
Because at the moment AI policies are not make sure in this country. Those things are not original, so we'll see what happens next. And then the last thing on my radar as well is, I know you mentioned the fact that Emtee got arrested, right?
Oh,
so Emtee Lamalanga is doing quite a lot of media appearances. Like, he's everywhere, which I love it for him, don't get me wrong. However, looking at, the whole situation with him and his wife, so why aren't these two just separating? And again, when I tell you, we got our wish, because Emtee was soft launcher. Girlfriend, Listen, her name is Unandi and Tani, and this comes after the whole public fight between him and his estranged wife as well. So it seems like they're no longer together. But guys,
I think even if this relationship doesn't last, I'm okay. Like, I'm happy he's moving on.
True, but I also need people to stop putting their relationships in the public eye. Like, we want to hear more of your music, not necessarily about your relationship. Like, Siti, we finish, okay. Like, we just want the music, and we need to focus on that. And I thank you. But what's on your radar? Yeah. What's on your radar this week?
The summer nominations were announced.
Yeah.
And Kabza the Small is leading.
Of course, my goat.
Yes. So there's a the summer nominations were announced, and Kabza the Small is leading the nominations pack. What do you think about that, Fred?
That's why I'm not surprised, right? Because also one thing about people, but say Alexi, we are goats for real. No, but the thing is, I think Kabza's really been working his butt off, right? And so I'm not surprised, because even with the collaborations, I know he was nominated for Best Collaboration. I just forgot the other categories as well. He does that very, very well, and I think it's definitely a lane that he stuck to.
He gave us something about last year.
Bra hits after hits, getting collabs left, right, and center.
I hope he wins. I
think he definitely is.
Do you think so?
I think he is, because I looked at some of the other companies. No offense, but you guys are competing against some very tough entries over there.
So this one's a bit controversial. Faku is fighting a 5th season over allegations that they're claiming exclusive rights over her music. Yeah. And I'm wondering if this is the reason why we haven't heard anything from Ami in a while.
I think so.
That's not fair, man.
I know, but the other thing also with the music industry is that it boils down, right, to what you also had agreed to, and all of those
at the end of the day
details at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
I'm not implying that she didn't also go through her contracts and everything else, but I think the biggest concern around the entertainment space is, are you privy to the information that you are being given by these labels and management, and do you actually know what you are signing, right? Because yes, you're taking them to court and so on. I know Upenza, who is the director for the season, was saying such thing is not true and so on. Then it's like, okay, then release if that's the case, like if it's not true.
You know what I wish we can use AI for? To understand these contracts better. It's breaking it down.
No, friend.
No, it break it down before we sign the contract.
Not even AI. They are lawyers for a reason. And never pila bachala abantu.
They don't have money. So we are avoiding that. Nine Wi-Fi.
Guys, ikona kana wasisilo clinic pro bono. When you make the money. Yeah, no. Yeah, but Shem, yeah, I hope she, she's successful and she's able to give us new music. Because yeah, you're right. I haven't actually heard new music from her. I think since in season, eh?
Yeah, in season.
Yeah.
Season. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything else.
I was thinking.
So we'll see how that development goes. So yeah.
And lastly, Ukatla Lebohang from EO Christmas and Love Law Betrayal. Yes, that's the name of the show, Love Law Betrayal. Yeah. She is going to be starring in the season 2 thriller comedy of Average Joe. Yeah. It's set to premiere on Paramount Plus. Remember Paramount bought a BET, I'm a MTV,
But what but what I don't understand is why we as South African audiences don't have access to these platforms.
Yeah, and now our girl is on it, so we need to. So shout out to her, man.
Shout out to her.
Shout out.
Yeah, love her. It's down.
Sound scissors.
Yeah. So anyway, this week. Guys, busy, ne? I think there's been quite a lot of shows that have obviously popped up, and one of the shows that I just seemingly came across, which was also very random, I might add, was a new show on Disney called $1 Million Nannies, right? So I was like, this show, it's giving, I don't know if you've watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes.
So it was giving that, and that's how I was like, maybe it's the same creators, I'm not exactly too sure. But it's so interesting because I think if there's a space that we as South Africans aren't necessarily privy to, it's the whole concept of being a nanny or babysitter, right? Yes. While we do have nannies, we've got au pairs, locally as well.
And some of our girls go and au pair.
Exactly. But it's a world that we're not really open to. I think the closest we've ever really gotten, I think it was probably the first season, it was with Mommy Club. Because if you guys remember, Mommy Club also had the nannies and the helpers, right, which are featured. Yeah. And it was such a nice touch because you got to know the bosses, so to say, through the nannies and through the helpers as well. And so in this case, so you've got this group of, experienced nannies from the US. They've worked with so many different families. So the one girl, she's the one who has now created this like nanny agency, right? And she's worked with the likes of like the Kardashian family.
Okay.
She's worked with other prominent families. And the nice thing is that the moment you make an impression on those families, of course, they'll refer you, right? Yes, and of course, that comes with money, comes with travel perks, etc. So she decided to basically other nannies, and they then all decided to go to Ibiza, right? For like the summer holidays, I think, to go there and look for work. Because she knows obviously the rich and famous, let's go make our mark and everything else. And when I tell you, Gucci, guys, I think I'll uzofila, because I realized that, while these jobs look very glamorous, like on cameras and in the limelight, but the things that people have to deal with is unacceptable, because there's no way as a parent you're saying to your nanny, because now this person is your kid's nanny, no, text there after every 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes is a lot, guys. Like that's just too much. Okay, the nannies that you want to hire cannot be brunette because is going to be tempted. I'm like, is it not about the kids?
Is it not about the kids?
Now you're making it about your husband.
Also, why aren't you reprimanding your husband? Like,
so it's all, guys, it's honestly just a lot. Other, moms as well on the show. Bathanda ukungena nje ey'ndabeni zamanini umuntu abuzise ukuthi you're too young to be dating, you're too young to be doing this. And
what does that have to do with you?
Bro, I'm
enjoying my summer
to do my job and get out. Like, that's all I care about. Yeah. So it's a very insightful show, which I do recommend that people actually watch it, especially for a lot of young South Africans in particular, because now with, obviously the rise in unemployment, a lot of people are now looking to alternative job opportunities, such as au pairing overseas and so on. And then these are the things that you really need to kind of go in there with in understanding Uguti. I think one being cultural differences are definitely a big thing for a lot of families, but also two, realizing that how parents are locally versus that side is very different, and what's demanded and needed of you is also completely different. So yeah, it's a very interesting show that I wanted to just throw in there for people to actually watch. And yeah, we'll see in Nogutinje whether they're going to have a season 2, because Mavelaba's released season 1. Yeah, we didn't have a reunion. So it doesn't still a reunion and then give us season 2. That's all we're asking.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, please and thank you. Yeah. But what have you been watching on your side?
Sure, friend. I was watching the show. It's called Maternal Instincts. It's about, you know
what I wanted to say? The moment Khanyisa told me she wanted to discuss maternal, so literally, Isola, I was like, let me watch this very quickly. I was very traumatized. I was so traumatized, but continue.
It was so, okay, so it starts off at the end, right? It starts with this girl getting arrested. She says she just gave birth, and there's a baby on her lap. And the cop's like, okay, we'll take her in, we'll take her to the hospital, and someone check up Sionkinto. This girl is
crazy is an understatement.
I get called delusional or different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, this girl is from Texas, and she grew up in Texas. She loves Texas life, whatever the Cowboys there is. She loves it. This girl meets a boy, falls in love with this boy, Wade Griffin. Wade, they get along. They get along like a house on fire. Yeah. 3 weeks after meeting Wade's family, this girl goes and buys Wade's mom a car.
Yo, Utembin.
Wade himself can't afford himself a car. She goes, that's not even the first red flag. It's just something that you must think about.
Yeah.
Fast forward, girl wants to buy Wade a plot of land, because Wade is a farmer, and she keeps telling everybody that I've got my inheritance that's coming up. My granny's gonna give me an inheritance. Don't listen to my mom. My mom is crazy. The moment someone says don't listen to Nombulelo, trust me. Trust me.
Yeah. There's a lot that's being hidden.
Everybody's waiting for her to get her inheritance so that she can buy Wade this land. And we're waiting and we're waiting and waiting. She comes up and she says she's pregnant. Okay, Sissy, how are you pregnant?
Yeah. But also, firstly, I think the boyfriend of Wade was also taken aback, because he was also just like, he's the type to want to take it slow, right? Yes. But also the other thing is that, okay, if you're going to be having unprotected sex, then
what are you expecting?
Because, right?
Yes.
So I think she also picked up on the fact that he also was just like, Aibo, so quickly. But anyway.
I feel like Wade was a gold digger.
Of course.
He heard the inheritance, the gold diggers. He heard the inheritance. He saw his mom get a car. The car was repossessed. The mom's car was repossessed a few weeks later because she couldn't afford to continue making the payments. But she said, no, the car was recalled, and so we need to take it in for and then Taylor so one of Taylor's friends in the documentary mentions Uguti, Taylor can't be pregnant because she had a hysterectomy.
Yeah.
Hysterectomy. She had an hysterectomy. So how is she pregnant? And Wade can't go to the doctors with Taylor to check on the baby with Taylor. And I don't know.
So hear my heart. I think that was also for me a major red flag, right? The moment someone is like, okay, let's go to the doctor. Now suddenly there's excuses along the way. Because at one point he even said, he was like, oh, apparently the doctor has an emergency or whatever the case is. Red flag number one. Red flag number two came with the fact that he couldn't be intimate with her. Or even let alone see her naked, to see her
How
belly.
Is that possible?
I was like, how is that possible?
We live in the same house. We sleep in the same bed. But you can't see me naked. You can't even touch. She would she would breathe in his stomach.
Oh, guys.
To show him the kicks.
And even when I saw that video, I'm like, there's no way this girl literally was like contracting her stomach just so it looks like it's a kick.
Like she bought a fake pregnancy belly.
Yeah.
But the people around her would see that this girl is not pregnant. Like, I get pregnant. The stomach is not being pushed forward. It's not pushing forward. It's just this. She's not pregnant. So she goes on for like 10 months pretending that she's pregnant. In the 10 months, she not in the is it in the 10 months? Not in the 10 months. She meets a friend, Reagan. She was a photographer at Reagan's wedding.
So it was before the pregnancy. So she had. So initially, I think I can't remember what job she started working, and then she went into the photography business, right? So she started this whole photography business chat or whatever.
And she was so nice to Reagan.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Reagan's family loved her.
And they were very tight. Like it was giving sisterhood. Even Reagan's younger sister was like, oh, she seemed very nice, and so on. So she obviously gained their trust very well. Only to find Uya planner behind Reagan's back, and unfortunately
she kills Reagan. She kills Reagan. And then she takes Reagan's baby. She cut Reagan's belly. She gave, I don't even want to call it a C-section because C-section gives it respect. What she did to Reagan.
She basically butchered her.
She butchered her.
That's what it was. And I think, and what I also found so shocking is the fact that she could do that under the same roof where Reagan's other, I think it was the daughter. The daughter was in the other room. And she was so traumatized because the other thing is that they also didn't mention whether the child had witnessed what had happened to the mom. But when one of the family friends had also described the whole moment, was that he obviously heard a noise. And then when they went to go check in the room, they realized that Umtwana was in there. And when Umtwana, obviously the moment they opened the door, she was very scared. Meaning, Uguti, she heard her mom probably screaming.
She heard her mom fight.
Like fighting. And for Ugeli also to act like she did nothing wrong at Reagan.
Friend, she even changed the shoes. She went into Reagan's house in Crocs. She came out wearing like lentombazana. Guys,
it's like
that show hurt me so much.
There's just so many things I was trying to also piece together. And then someone was also describing the fact that is someone who's always wanted the perfect family, and this is what she was trying to build. Because when you look at how she was also raised, it seems like she wanted impilo zabanye abantu, right? Like the moment, one of her friends, I think it was Abby, because Abby had struggled to have kids in the beginning, and so the moment she fell pregnant, was very like. Because she was here.
Even with the co-worker that lost her baby, there's a co-worker who lost her baby, and all of a sudden, Taylor is this girl that's like, oh, I've been through the same thing. My child also died in my arms, and so the co-worker ended up relating and loving Taylor so much that she thought, we have an unbreakable bond. Only to find out, Suguti, she was just Googling things to say to this woman in her pain.
And she basically used her trauma. Yeah.
And then she took the baby out of Reagan's body, and then she drove. Firstly, on the day she was supposed to deliver the baby, she says to Wade must go. Wade is a farmer, so Wade must go sell these pigs. 4 hours away.
Just so she can give
birth. Wade nice slimmer.
Just so she can give birth without Wayne being there. But it really freaked me out. I don't want to lie. I think also looking at just a case of like stolen children as well. I mean, we had our very own, I think it was the Bethany case as well.
Bethany nurse.
Yes. And it makes me so anxious, right? Because I'm like, I'm not even a parent yet. But the moment I do fall pregnant and then I give birth and all of these things, like already you're just overwhelmed, right? Okay, I've gone through this entire thing. Now you must stress, my child better be safe. And I hope that is my child because I want to be again.
Yeah.
So
and like to what degree as well, like are hospitals responsible? Because Bethany Nurse was found after how many years?
Yeah.
To what degree are hospitals responsible where we can sue a hospital and hold someone accountable? Because as somebody who's just given birth, I'm not ready to go to the toilet with my child to do this, do that. So I do expect the security, the hospital security to be responsible at taking care of my child from the ward, even if like the nurses don't need to come see you to say, hey, how's your baby? Your baby's still there. Okay, sharp. But so
yeah, and it kind of does make you appreciate, women who really do have a good like support system because when you think about it, I can only imagine if you're like a single parent and you only have yourself really, right? You're giving birth, you don't have anyone there, and manje umntwana bamhambisile. You have no one to literally send and be like, is my child okay? Whatever the case is, before azofika kuwe, and so on. So it makes me paranoid. I don't want to lie.
It is a bit scary because when I gave birth, I was told from home. This was the instruction: wherever you go, MTN, carry your child.
Yeah.
But when you're in the hospital, the nurses are like, no, you can't be carrying the baby everywhere because you yourself are still weak.
Yeah.
So if I'm still weak, why is the security not working?
Yeah, one.
But Taylor Parker deserves I don't know what she deserves anymore.
She deserves to die.
But with like pins and needles, not. They mustn't inject something in her system.
They must chop her head, bruh. Yes.
I don't know what I think
it was traumatized abantwana babantu. You must also now traumatize the family. Yes, like deal. Like it's only fair.
And she's got 2 kids. She's got kids
it's
already.
I'm sorry.
What was she gonna do with the third kid?
The kids will be fine. The family, but Ulentuzana is just crazy. So yeah. But
and Wade is a gold digger. I ain't saying he a gold digger.
And Shemazanga told him but yeah. But that is Maternal Instincts now on Netflix. So you guys can check it out. We'll find some other interesting documentaries and series for you guys to watch. But yeah, I was traumatized. I as in secret.
Guys. So that's it, guys, for this week's episode of Ashlebi. Catch us next time on the LMG Creative Network. I'm Khanyisa. When you see me, say hi, Mama Shilo.
And I am Nombulelo. And that is it from us for this week. Catch us on social media. You can find me on all social media platforms at the letter U_Nombulelo and
Khanyisa NM. On all social media platforms. Yes.
So you guys can engage with us on there. And of course, use the hashtag Ashlebi. Steleni nje ukuthi what you guys are up to this weekend and so on ukuthi yini trendayo so we can talk about it in the next episode.
And if you bump into Nombu, let us know as well.
Yes, anglumi, so you can actually say hi khona lapho. But yeah, so that's it from us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.